Medical science has helped me to cope with my injuries, which I've had to live with for 8 years. So I'm staggered by how many people I meet who have a medical problem but don't do anything about it. Some people avoid getting medical help because they don't even think they need treatment. In Lincolnshire, 62-year-old IT director Robin prides himself on not bothering his GP and is dedicated to keeping himself and friends fighting fit.
Right, OK, we're going down to the meadows. D's are off first, followed by C's. I started running about 6 years ago, and in that time I've done 7 marathons now.
He's just become obsessed, and it's taken over his life.
So I was shocked to hear that for several years he's completely ignored a particular health problem.
I've had for a long time a varicose vein in my left leg. It sort of snakes around my knee and it's quite soft and pappy. It doesn't hurt, you can massage it, push it, poke it, with no discomfort.
Oh. Come on, Freddie!
And Robin's grandson finds the vein just as terrifying as the rest of us.
The snake's coming, snake's coming.
My children have both nicknamed his legs as having snake legs. Freddie often refers to it as the snake.
I've never seen a doctor about my varicose vein. It might stop running or my generally active lifestyle. I'd rather just live with it.
About 3 in 10 of us will have varicose veins at some stage, especially as we get older, although women are more likely to get them treated.
Varicose veins don't bother me from a health point of view because they're largely cosmetic.
The females in the family think otherwise.
Recently, they have got a lot bigger and really feel it can't be very healthy.
Dad doesn't seem concerned about them at all, but looking at how big they are and how quickly they seem to be growing, there must be a health implication to that.
Robin needs to listen to his family because varicose veins are not just cosmetic. They're a medical problem, and ignoring them when they get this big can lead to ulcers and blood clots. The veins in your leg are blood vessels that carry blood back from the foot towards the heart. One-way valves make sure the blood flows up, not back down. But if they get damaged or weak, blood flows the wrong way and gets stuck, making the veins swell up. This causes more pressure, especially when you stand up. In extreme cases, this can damage the skin, letting air and bacteria get into the tissue underneath, creating ulcers. Robin has finally caved in to pressure from his family and agreed to see Professor Whiteley, a consultant vascular surgeon.
Also the internal varicose vein that you can't see or meet at this point, and this is where you get your early skin damage. Let's just stand you up and see what gravity does to the veins. Yeah. As you can see, almost straight away your veins are filling up really full. And so basically if you have normal veins, they fill up slowly because the blood has to go through the arteries first, but yours are absolutely huge. This is actually only a representation of the veins on the inside that have gone wrong and coming to the surface.
Right.
An ultrasound reveals what's happening inside. And as his family suspected, the health outlook is not rosy.
What this actually shows is this is actually a lot worse on the inside, and the future, if you don't have anything done, you will end up getting skin damage, clots and ulcers.
I'm really very surprised and shocked at how bad the underlying problems with my veins were and how much some enormous veins that really need closing off.
Thankfully, reluctant patient Robin has at last realised he needs medical help and will soon be checking in for treatments. Running enthusiast Robin has suffered from varicose veins for years without getting medical advice.
I've never seen a doctor about my varicose vein. Varicose veins don't bother me from a health point of view because they're largely cosmetic.
But his are more striking than most.
The future, if you don't have anything done, is you will end up getting skin damage, clots and ulcers.
Doctors have been treating varicose veins for thousands of years. They're featured on the Acropolis in Greece, and in ancient Rome a treatment is recorded where they stripped out the veins using a hook. Hooks are still used today, but can leave scarring, and incredibly, the vein can grow back. Robin is now one of 100,000 patients every year who have their veins treated. And he's having the latest surgery technique.
And why local anaesthetic is essential is we rely on the patient to say ow, because that tells us whether we're near the nerve. So some doctors still try and do this under a general anaesthetic, and it's much more risky for the patient.
A fibre optic laser will use heat to destroy the vein from the inside, which also ensures it can't grow back.
So this is the laser fibre here, and this is the thing that does the job. We're just going to put it up inside the tube, and then with the ultrasound we can see precisely to the millimetre where it's going, and we can see just there at the junction, so you can just see the laser sitting exactly where we want in the junction, and when we start firing we'll come back a bit further from that.
Laser on.
Thank you. So just say stop if you feel anything at all, okay?
Yeah.
The fluid of the local anaesthetic also protects the tissue around the vein while it's destroyed by heat.
So that smell of burning meat.
Yeah, we can't smell that. That's little steam bubbles going up through your system,
Oh, right.
and you're just smelling it internally.
Oh, that's interesting.
Finally, the vein's sealed off and removed in a procedure called a phlebectomy. This is a modern form of stripping, where the dead vein is pulled out from tiny incisions. After 90 minutes, the job's done.
All finished then.
Thank you very much.
No problem at all.
The fact that I can now carry on with my little running addiction is a big relief.
Just 3 weeks later, when his daughter popped in to see how he was doing, Robin had already clocked up another 150 miles.
The great unveiling of them.
Great unveiling.
Don't they look better?
My gosh, they're
Really
different.
amazing.
They weren't at all what I expected. They look like they were never there before. Are you pleased with them, Dad? Are
Very
you happy?
Very, really pleased.
I now feel I don't have to be disgusted looking around and seeing his horrible leg, and especially when he's going around with little on.
In all honesty, I should have seen a doctor a long time ago. I can't believe how easily and how quickly it's all got sorted out and how good my legs are now. Do you prefer the leg with the snake or without snake, Freddie?
Without the
Do you?